Man is a creation of the universal mind and an energy informational creation. Look at people around you, at couples of men and women, including married couples. How much diverse energy and information they often send and show to each other, even in the presence of people around them. Imagine what happens in private between them in all areas of their relationship. And they either live happily ever after, torment each other, or break up without fully understanding all the reasons why it happened. Before you continue watching the video, subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss interesting and informative releases. And click on the bell to receive notifications about new videos, allowing you to be the first to know about fresh materials. Your comments and feedback are important to us. They help us improve our content and make it more interesting and relevant. Subscribe and continue your journey into the world of mysteries of the universe. We wish you an enjoyable viewing experience. Love is a huge labor of the soul, but love is also knowledge, including knowledge in the field of energy exchange between a man and a woman through chakras, the main energy channels of a human being. Man and woman are communicating vessels. Any couple is a communicating vessel. There is a constant invisible energy exchange between them at all levels, giving each other different types of energy through different chakras, forming the right energy exchange. A man and a woman create a strong family union, capable of preserving love and achieving goodness in all spheres of life. A man and a woman, having created a union based on love, unite their energy fields. A common energetic structure is created in which everyone's abilities are strengthened. In order to maintain the stability of this system and harmony in relationships, it is necessary for a man and a woman to correctly give and receive energy through the appropriate chakras. And it is not the energy itself that is transferred, but what is created thanks to it. Note, energy rises upward through the chakras, from Muladhara to Sahasrara. Muladhara, survival, security, offspring. Energy exchange between a man and a woman by chakras. Let's begin to consider the lowest chakra, Muladhara. Through this chakra, a man gives energy, a woman receives it. He provides her and children with protection and security, a minimum subsistence level. He controls the territory of residence and the situation around it, protects and shields the woman from all unfavorable factors of the outside world. First of all, from hard work, from external pressure in society, bad weather, creates a space for living, buys or rents housing, repairs housing and household items. He pays for public utilities and, if necessary, resolves issues with public utilities. To get food, as in ancient times, a man does not need to, but to keep this skill at a high level, he is obliged. A child has done something wrong at school. A man is sent to find out the situation. It is noteworthy that even the front door, especially to strangers, is opened by a man, who knows what gift the outside world has prepared with this call. Muladhara in a man is always filled with enough energy to realize his tasks on this chakra to ensure the safety of his half. A woman's Muladhara has only a minimal amount of energy for survival only. Nature itself gives a sign that through this chakra a man gives energy and a woman receives it. In the area of this chakra there are sexual organs. Sexual potency is also connected with Muladhara. The man is sexually active and his half responds to his desires. A man's seed ensures the birth of offspring. It is very difficult to live with a man who does not give energy from this chakra to a woman because of its lack or excess. The accumulated energy is looking for an outlet and finds it in jealousy, aggression, sexual contacts on the side, alcohol. If the process of correct energy output is not restored, then there is a blockage of the chakra. A man loses physical strength and in the long run he will have problems with potency. Infertility and early impotence are possible. A woman in such situations, in order to save the family, begins to turn on her Muladhara to take care of safety and survival. As a result, the family survives but is often on the verge of rupture because it is very difficult to live with such a man. And a woman acquires character traits and habits of a man and a man-like appearance. All this and worsens her health, and further contributes to the disintegration of the family. Often women, due to family or even ancestral programs, do not know how to accept care and protection from a man. They believe that it is better for them to do everything themselves than to trust a man. As a result, this chakra either closes in a man, or he starts to take care and give this energy to someone else. The possible result is described above. Svadhisthana, joy of life. By Svadhisthana, the woman gives energy, the man receives. She teaches the man to enjoy all the manifestations of life. Mostly men limit themselves in their everyday life to the essentials. They work for the sake of the family, and home for them is a place of rest for new accomplishments. A woman makes respite for her husband comfortable. She creates a space of love, coziness in the house, cooks delicious food, decorates with her beauty. A great rest for a man can be a holiday, birthday, anniversary, which with a truly feminine taste organized for him by his beloved. Often women object to this, considering these duties of the maid unfair. But, as you will see next, everything is fair. Women have 3 active chakras through which they give energy. Men have the other 3. And one chakra, Sahasrara, works equally in men and women. The roles are evenly distributed. An interesting detail, the chakra Svadhisthana is projected in her in this place on the bulge, the abdomen. Lack of sufficient amount of energy from a woman on Svadhisthana leads to the fact that a man will not be able to realize himself on the upper chakras. He will not reveal himself in society, will not achieve his goals, will not make a career, and will not gain authority and respect. Accordingly, the level of wealth of the family will be low. A man will not be able to meet the needs of a woman in beautiful fashionable clothes, buy an expensive ring, and so on. Sometimes a woman has no deep desire to give energy to a man by Svadhisthana. She does not realize the importance of energy exchange between a man and a woman by chakras, and she does not want to understand this issue. This happens when a woman does not open this chakra, when her femininity is weakly manifested. Another case, a woman's Svadhisthana is open, but she, to paraphrase a famous poem, has stopped too many horses at a gallop. That is, she has given more energy than necessary to work, so she has no strength to give energy to her man. As a result, even toy horses will not stop, not to mention the real ones. The accumulated excess energy in Svadhisthana turns her into a snow queen, a woman with frozen feelings and mood swings. This further leads to gynecological problems, infertility. Sometimes there may be a tendency to promiscuous sexual relations. A man, not having received enough energy for his accomplishments in other chakras, is likened, figuratively speaking, to Baron Munchausen, pulling himself out of the water by his hair. That is, he has to strain all his strength to realize himself in society. In addition, sooner or later he will find a feeding on the side. If a woman does not have a couple and does not give sexual energy to anyone, she needs to raise the energy of Svadhisthana to higher chakras and give it through them. Read further in the article. Then health is preserved and success in society comes. But it is still necessary to try to find a couple to restore the original harmony of this chakra. Vedic knowledge says that a man enjoys through a woman, and it concerns not only and not so much sexual relations, but the whole world of love, comfort, and coziness that a woman creates. The world created by her should be so beautiful and harmonious that a man would strive there, feel good, and go on to conquer the world in the name of his beloved and family. Let us consider the aspect of sexual relations in a little more detail. Through them, most of the energy is transmitted through Svadhisthana. These relationships are about love, romance, and boundless respect, not about the techniques that movies, books, and internet pages are filled with. If there are deep and sublime feelings between people, the technique will find itself. Intimate relationships should not just give joy to each other, but encourage people to love each other even more in every way. It is very important to do everything to make the partner realize that he is accepted completely, both soul and body. Energy exchange between a man and a woman by Svadhisthana also happens when they are physically near each other. They sleep together, touch each other, do some work, or rest together. Even just being together in the same apartment. It is important to realize the value of this time spent together to elevate it. At the same time, do everything not to be saturated with your partner. Manipura. Giving energy is done by a man, but he can give the optimal amount of energy only when he receives enough energy from the woman by Svadhisthana. Good work of Manipura in a man leads to further opening of energy exchange between a man and a woman by chakras. The man acquires inner harmony, becomes balanced, harmonious, disciplined, strong-willed, purposeful, emotionally balanced and determined. He reveals his inner strength and realizes himself in society. He advances in his career, gains authority and respect. He no longer just provides the minimum needs of his half and family for survival and security, but makes the family secure. Thus, the man responds energetically to this energy that the woman has given him. The Manipura chakra is projected in the man in this place on the bulge, the abdomen. It is not an accidental coincidence. Eastern wisdom says that a man's wealth and generosity is determined by the size of his abdomen. If energy on Manipura is not given by a man, he becomes greedy, cruel, vindictive. After such a blockage of energy in this chakra, gastrointestinal diseases begin. Another skew in a man by Manipura is a lack of energy along this chakra. Then the man has no purpose, is not able to take responsibility for himself. He lacks qualities that correspond to the open Manipura. As a result, there is no realization in society, high official position, financial well-being. If a woman opens her Manipura as a man, she becomes a careerist, bossy, striving to control everyone and everything. Often such women do not have a couple or marry soft men, popularly called subservient. Man and woman enter into a joint life being formed as individuals with already formed views on life. Each of them have their own rules and their understanding of life, relationships, and life. Starting to live together, they begin to notice that the partner has all these things different. If the partners accept each other's understanding of life, somewhere adjust to each other in various aspects of life, they form a harmonious energy exchange through this chakra. As we have already said, the Manipura is active in man and passive in women. Giving is by the man, taking is by the woman. Sometimes a woman cannot take money that a man gives her, or she's embarrassed to ask for money to buy something for herself. After all, it is not money that a woman is afraid to accept from a man, but the energy that a man has invested in earning this money and giving it to a woman. Then two options are possible. The first option, he simply stops giving her money. The second option, a man begins to earn less. A man is an ascetic by nature, and he does not need much for his life. Since the woman does not ask for anything, why bother? In some such cases, a man stops working altogether and becomes an Alfonso, a man who lives off a woman, or finds a woman who inspires him to action with her desires. There may be a case when a woman's earnings become much more than a man's. She begins to set a new main goal to provide for the family. Having taken on herself the activity in this matter, she leaves the man only the opportunity to accept, to become a domestic subservient. Emancipation and independence of women have led to the fact that women turn on their Manipura for giving, not for receiving. Achieving success in society, having a career and gaining financial independence. This result can be evaluated in different ways. If a woman wants to become like a man, to prove that she can achieve the same and be independent of him, let her follow this path. If a woman dreams of discovering her nature, satisfying her feminine needs, and becoming happy, she has a different path. Realization in society is the way of a man. Realization in the family is a woman's way. If a woman is realized in a family, if a reliable rear is created for a man, she can work, but only for pleasure. It is, of course, an ideal variant in our time, but it is necessary to strive for it, at least by small steps every day. This earth, people living on it, created nature. Nature has its own laws. According to these laws, the Manipura of a woman works on reception. She is passive. and its forced opening according to the male type will not bring her happiness. The sages of the past understood this well. Their teachings, in particular Vedic knowledge, give a clear answer to this question. The realization of a woman in society happens through the realization of a man. When a man wins, his woman wins. The success of a woman is determined by the success of her man. A family is like an enterprise, and its success is determined by the work of both the director and the chief accountant. By the way, directors are most often men, and chief accountants are women. Another comparison: a family is a country at war. The man is the front, the woman is the rear. A front without a rear will never win. And the great victory during the Great Patriotic War, which, unfortunately, the modern generation knows little about, was the victory of men and women. Victory of men who fought at the front and women who worked in the rear and provided the front with everything, I emphasize all necessary. Anahata, energy exchange between a man and a woman by chakras, is very important to consider in detail on Anahata. By Anahata, the giving of energy is done by the woman, provided that she receives from the man all that he does as part of the energy transfer by manipura. The spring of love energy in Anahata in a woman is always flowing. The peculiarity of work of Anahata in a woman is that the higher is the giving of love energy by a woman, the more intense this energy comes to her from the Most High. In addition to this, the universe gives her pleasant surprises. A woman is obliged to give love energy not only to her half-man, but also to the surrounding space, to the whole world. Only a woman with her energy of love can save life on the planet Earth. Caressing a man even with a look, smiling, saying tender and warm words, sympathizing, helping a man mentally and by deeds. With all this, a woman transfers her love energy to him. The charge of energy of a woman's love is transmitted to any object she touches, having love in her heart. A man receives this energy from a woman through a lovingly prepared meal, laundry, a gift, just a pleasant surprise. If the husband is far away, the woman can transmit this energy mentally even to another planet. The energy of love of a woman begins to open the heart center of a man. He becomes merciful, begins to empathize and compassionate. As a result, love blossoms in his heart and he becomes romantic. And when a man loves with his heart, he is beyond instincts and cannot cheat on his half. A woman who does not know how and does not want to give love becomes resentful, intolerant, unable to express her feelings. As a result, loneliness. A man in such a situation, not receiving anahata energy from a woman, feels that he is unhappy, lonely, and nobody needs him. There is no strength to have any goals. There are no incentives for growth. Love is also the joy of life. The right exchange of energy through anahata is also the ability to share joy. It is the acceptance of another person's joy. If she rejoices from watching melodramas, he should try to understand such movies and rejoice too. If a man loves soccer, the woman should also feel the joy of a soccer match with him. Day by day, a man and a woman teach each other to rejoice in the different sides of their hobbies, of their being together. The more these sides and the deeper the understanding of each other's interests, the stronger the anahatu energy exchange. Energy exchange between a man and a woman by chakras influences very much what weather is in the house, i.e. relations in the family. With a man, and children and relatives are built by a woman thanks to her energy of love. She is also the Minister of Foreign Affairs, a skillful diplomat, and is responsible for the absence of conflicts and their resolution. For example, if a man expresses negative emotions, a woman cannot leave him in her room or to a friend. This can be equated to a situation where a man, at the sight of bullies, left the woman and ran away. A man who reveals his anahata as a woman ceases to be attractive as a man and loses respect from women. Why does this happen? A man, giving energy through anahata, forces a woman to receive it through this chakra. As a result, she stops loving him because the most important thing for a woman is to give love through this chakra. Yes, a man should be loving, sensitive, attentive, romantic. But a woman should lead, much more reveal herself in these matters. A man mostly responds to the energy of a woman's love, and in turn gives energy to other chakras. Often both education and mass media promote the idea that a woman should be only a beautiful picture, swimming in romantic courtship and various manifestations of a man's love. But she should not show any special love, not radiate energy along the anahata. Save it. If a woman requires from a man, especially at the stage of courtship, excessive displays of feelings and great romance, she can connect her destiny with a man in whom the masculinity is not sufficiently manifested. Vishuddha. The energy on Vishuddha is given by the man. Nature has even given a clue as to why exactly he should do it. A man has a caduceus on his neck, while a woman does not have one. Filled with the energy of a woman's love, a man opens his throat chakra. His creativity is awakened. The most important task of a man in life is to realize himself in society, to achieve a high official position, to leave a memory of himself. If the energy exchange between a man and a woman on the first 4 chakras is correct, he will have enough energy for realization at the Vishuddha level. This means that he will make a discovery, become an outstanding person in some field, perform a feat, save the world, or just become a master of his work. And all this he accomplishes for his beloved woman. The woman accepts his achievements and inspires him to new accomplishments. Her sincere love will allow a man to realize his full potential and not just go to work and get paid. The man expects the woman to support him and follow him on his path. When a man's Vishuddha is open, it is the man who builds the family's external connections through his environment. It is fine if the friends of the family are the husband's friends. That is, it is not the woman who brings the man into the circle of her friends, but the man brings her into his environment and builds the relationship between the families. The man will also build a harmonious relationship with the woman, freeing her from the need to expend energy in this matter. The released energy can be directed by the woman to unleash creativity in herself. Through this center, a man's energy is transmitted to a woman. He admires her, compliments her, hugs her, says affectionate words. He massages her. If such actions are not carried out by a man, then the woman begins to look for signs of attention on the side. When a man does not perceive something in a woman, it is necessary not to notice it, and to find something that can be complimented, praised. A woman is a whole universe. The task of a man's family creativity is to find a million qualities and features of his woman, to which you can compliment, express admiration. And it should come sincerely from the soul, the heart of a man. The energy of admiration transmitted by a man helps a woman to blossom as the most beautiful single flower in the world. A woman's task is to gladly accept this energy of a man and, showing love, as we said earlier, to inspire him to compose works, to make discoveries, to save the world. Transmission of information from all chakras to the universe, and thus to each other, goes through Vishuddha. Emotions and feelings we give to the universe also through this chakra. However, people often talk about everyday life, work, or a day off, but they don't tell each other much about their feelings. They don't communicate with their souls. Therefore, they do not know each other much. People are honest with each other when they communicate heart to heart. In this way, full understanding and acceptance of each other is formed and relationships are strengthened. Energy exchange between a man and a woman along the chakras from Muladhara to Vishuddha inclusively is even more intensified. If a man's Vishuddha work is disturbed, it is not opened, he is not self-confident, not able to express his own opinion. Such a man lacks creative self-realization. Vishuddha in a woman, which is open according to the male principle, leads to the fact that a woman concentrates on the realization of herself in society. Husband, family, children mean practically nothing to her. Such a woman can only listen and hear herself, and naturally she cannot follow her half. Men near her feel discomfort. Sometimes there are 2 types of men. One, creative, romantic, emotional, but they lack masculinity. Others have a lot of courage, but no romance and display of feelings. This is all due to the lack of simultaneous opening of all three odd chakras. Romantics have opened the fifth chakra, Vishuddha, but have not opened the first and perhaps the third. And the brutal ones have opened the first and third, but have not gotten to Vishuddha, Ajna. When the first five chakras work well, and the couple harmoniously exchanges energy, then the higher chakras are opened. The first of these is the Ajna. This chakra is also called the third eye. Ajna is a female chakra. The energy is given off by a woman. Indeed, intuition and clairvoyance are much more strongly developed in a woman. And also psychic female abilities, through visions and emotions. Thanks to her intuition, she is better able to sense negative energy, deception, falsity, insincerity, danger. The task of a woman who opens and gives energy to a man through this chakra is to warn and protect him from dangers, mistakes, and ill-considered actions. She is the main helper in providing him with data about the hidden for the visible eye, male brain, its logic and analysis. The task of a man who has fully opened his chakras is to take information from a woman, not just to take note of, but to guide his actions. Now, the deep meaning of the well-known expression that a man is the head and a woman is the neck becomes clear. There is no female manipulation and making decisions for a man. She simply provides the man with the missing, intuitively received information and clues for him to make the right decision. Combining a man's logic and a woman's intuition further enhances the energy exchange between a man and a woman through the chakras, forming a strong, harmonious relationship. Ajna in a man works in relationships with the woman he loves. Between him and the woman forms a kind of telepathic connection at the level of the unconscious. They always know where the other half is, her condition and needs. In fact, this is communication at the level of the soul. But such a connection can be formed only when working through and opening the first five chakras. Properly opened Vishuddha is very important. If a man's ajna is turned on in a feminine way, his intuition and psychic abilities begin to unfold like a woman's, through visions and emotions. A man goes away from reality, flies somewhere in the clouds, loses determination, will, ability to make the right decisions. When a woman's ajna is closed, she ceases to feel deeply her loved ones, as well as the danger threatening her husband and children. The attitude to spirituality is negative. Materialistic perception of the world, logic and rationalism prevails. Sahasrara. This is our connection with the supreme intelligence and the energy of the cosmos. It is responsible for the spirituality of man. On Sahasrara, a man learns, reads, reflects on the eternal, himself reveals his spirituality and helps to do it to a woman, forms spiritual values and aspects of spiritual relationships with each other and in the family, transmits to the woman cosmic energy passing through the Sahasrara. Cosmic energy represents the couple's aspirations in the development of their souls, relationships, and the material realm. When the energy exchange between a man and a woman is harmonious in all six chakras, they are all filled with the highest energies of love and happiness. In this case, the Sahasrara also opens up. A man and a woman begin to feel themselves first of all as souls, particles of the Creator. The open Sahasrara captures the energy of abundance, love, happiness, prosperity, health from the cosmos and feeds the other chakras. The couple begins to live according to the laws of the universe. All their good aspirations are realized. Life is filled with harmony and meaning. Unity on Sahasrara gives a deep spiritual connection, especially when a man and a woman have a similar understanding of spiritual aspects of existence, jointly develop spiritually, study spiritual knowledge. Spiritual unity helps to overcome or ignore imbalances along the lower chakras and be a happy couple. It is a pity that such spiritual unity is rare nowadays. If the Sahasrara is not opened, the highest joy of the relationship will not be achieved, for the couple will not fully understand the divine understanding of the world, themselves, their half, and the relationship. Sahasrara works in the same way in both men and women. After all, first of all, we are souls, and the soul has no gender. Any soul needs development and unity with the Creator regardless of gender. Just being born in a male or female body, we receive more clearly the role that we have to fulfill in this incarnation. Besides, now the connection of a large part of men with the cosmos is broken. The Sahasrara is not open. They are not interested in the values of the soul. They often fixate only on material aspects of being. Besides, men often become highly susceptible to bad habits. Under these conditions, the Sahasrara opens in women. Imbalance and distortions most often occur in the first 4 chakras: Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, and Anahata. It is the correct and full-fledged energy exchange between a man and a woman on these 4 chakras that create the basis for harmony on Ajna, Vishuddha, and Sahasrara. The main thing is to understand that a man is directly connected to the Creator, and a woman to the earth. We receive the energy of the Creator from men, and they receive the energy of the earth from us, grounded. In life it will look, for example, as support of a husband by his wife, expressed in acceptance and love, respect and honor. Then such a man will achieve various benefits in life and will walk confidently through life, leading his family. Here love acquires a more material spectrum, dividing into passion and love between couples until the end of their days, when they die on the same day, when the channels of energy exchange are so firmly established between people that they live, first of all, happily, and secondly, they never bore each other. Passion is fleeting and is meant to attract people to each other. Its main purpose is to show people what love for a person is, and the lesson of passion is to make people realize that the ego can play a cruel trick on them by turning passion into a need or addiction, thus exposing vices. Trust yourself, listen to your heart, and go forward with confidence and peace of mind. Give a like and share this video with your friends if it was helpful to you. See you again on my channel, where we will continue to explore the mysteries of spiritual development and growth. Goodbye, and may light and wisdom always accompany you on your path.